Hi guys, how's it going? Today I'm making a video from my kitchen. I thought I'd change it up. No, I'm just kidding. I was just in the kitchen cooking and this idea just struck me and I thought I'd make a video for you guys. Today I wanted to talk to you guys about, as we go about our lives, we sometimes have friends or family who are struggling with something and we are so tempted to give advice, and sometimes it doesn't work. And so today I wanted to talk about was that when does advice work and when to know when to give it. So this is something that happened to me recently. I actually came to this realization that whenever somebody close to me is, whether that's friends, family, or acquaintances, whoever it is that I know, if they're struggling with something, when is it that I should give advice and when is it that I don't? And this is something that I learned from trying, my profession, being a coach, and it's one of the coaching skills that I've learned, and I use it in my life all the time, and I want to today teach it to you so you can enhance your relationships with your loved ones. And I don't do it perfectly, disclaimer, I don't do it perfectly and I mess up all the time, but at least, nevertheless, it's a tool and I always try to remember it in those moments. So here it goes. So when you see somebody close to you struggling, the first thing that we want to do or that we're tempted to do is to give advice, right? Or we can say, oh, I've been there and this is what I did and this is how I did it and this is what it did, and we start almost rambling, giving the other person advice, because what happens is when we talk about giving others advice, we feel good doing that because we want to help other people. But what happens is that the other person, maybe they weren't ready to take your advice, maybe they just wanted you to listen, maybe they just wanted to open up and figure things out themselves. So now what we do is when we give them advice, in those moments when they're not looking for it, is we block the communication flow. So there's a technique that I use. Instead of giving people advice, what I suggest is you ask the other person. So I hear what you're saying, I know what you're struggling with, and it's a tough position to be in. So do you know what to do next? Like, do you know how to solve it? And when I ask that to my loved ones, it is a great way to identify whether they're ready for advice or not. Like sometimes they'll say, well, I don't know, I've been stuck in this, nasty situation. I don't know what to do next. Do you have any ideas? And that's when you'll know that's your perfect opportunity to give advice, because now they're ready for it. Or sometimes they'll say, well, yeah, I do kind of have an idea. So, based on what they say, then ask them, okay, do you want to talk about it? So don't force them. Ask them, do you want to talk about it? And if they say, yeah, I do actually. So this is kind of what I want to do. So hear me out. And then do just that. Just hear them out. And I think it's such an important skill to learn. Me being a coach, I make mistakes all the time. I mean, sometimes my loved ones are like struggling with something and I know the answer to it. I know something that they can do to fix it. And I will jump to the gun and I'll say, oh, why don't you try this? Or why don't you do this? And I've done this and this made me feel better. And I always end up regretting it because the other person will usually say, oh, okay. And then either they won't come back to me again for the next time when they're struggling, or even if they do come back, they hesitate, right? So I want my loved ones to come to me, and I'm sure if you're struggling with the same situation, maybe you can try these ideas out too. So anyways, I just think it's such an important life skill and not everybody teaches us. So I wanted to share it with you. I hope it helps you, and if it does, make sure you come back and like this message, or like this message if you like the message today. And I hope you're all having a good day. And oh, there's another good question that I sometimes ask the other person, is that I ask them, do you want me to listen or do you want to brainstorm ideas on how to solve it? And that's a really good one too, because sometimes, truth be told, I've been there when I'm struggling with something. All I want the other person to do is to just lend an ear. I just want to talk to them. I just want to hear my own thoughts, and then I come to my own conclusion. So that's my tip for you guys. I hope you have a good day today, and we'll talk to you next time. Bye.